What's going on, everybody? B Scott here with
GOD.
And on today's show, we're going over the matchups. It's week 8. We got some big buys this week, obviously. Houston, Jacksonville, Arizona, Washington. Halfway through the NFL season. Hopefully by now, your team is dominating. Hopefully, you're on the plus side.
Yeah.
Period.
And, we got the festivities with the holiday weekend, and if Halloween is not enough to scare you, we got some big divisional matchups. I'm talking, we got New England, Buffalo, Green Bay, Minnesota, Seattle, San Francisco, and Baltimore, Pittsburgh that could possibly boom or bust your fantasy team this week. And we also got the plug. So keep it right here. Keep it loaded, locked, all that good stuff. B. Scott, GOD. Let's get it.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. B Scott and GOD here. And week 8, it's here. We're going to go over the matchups. We had a Thursday night football game. Atlanta Falcons took care of business, beat the Carolina Panthers. Teddy Bridgewater injured his shoulder, in and out of the game a little bit. Hopefully he's all right. But, yeah, that was a tough game. We lost Calvin Ridley, too.
Yeah, that's crazy. You know what? Hopefully he's back on the field pretty soon. They said the MRI came back negative, so probably just a week-to-week type of thing, if that's the case. I thought Carolina would win this game. I thought that young defense would be enough to put it away.
Yeah.
But you know what? You can't count Atlanta out. You know what I'm saying? Julio had a monster day, even when really departed. So as long as you got Matt Ryan, as long as you got Julio, you got a winning football team. So that is what it is.
Yeah, absolutely. In Atlanta, we saw last year, the second half, they really put it on with the defense, picked it up.
Yeah.
We're starting to see it a little bit. They're showing some flashes. Healthy, Deion Jones.
Yeah, they got some pros on the team.
Yeah. So, yeah. Before we get to the matchups, obviously, your start sits, don't forget, like the video, subscribe, share, thumb, bell, comment, tell us what we can do to do better.
For shizzle.
Absolutely. So, we'll jump right in to the first matchup, Los Angeles Rams.
Yeah.
On the road against Miami Dolphins. Early morning East Coast start time. That's going to hurt the Rams a little bit, but in this game, Rams side of the ball, Darrell Henderson has been great with his touches, period.
Yeah.
He hasn't needed a lot to get the job done. He's averaging a high yards per carry average. Miami, giving up 5 yards per carry to the running backs on the season. So it should be a game where Henderson should eat in this one. Jared Goff, he's a guy that if you have to start him, okay. Miami's defense has actually been pretty good, but I get it. Goff is like a safe floor kind of guy.
Yeah.
If you don't want to take chances.
Actually, both teams have been pretty good. You know what I mean? They're averaging 17 and 18 points per game, like total.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they've both been playing pretty well. You look at Miami; they are giving up a little bit in the run department. So I feel like Darrell Henderson, he can make some moves with that zone line that they got. He's top 2 PFF graded running back on the season so far, and he just looks explosive when he's on the field. He's definitely a star for me in this game. They do hold pass catchers a little bit, so you might be wondering about Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp. I mean, they're flexible every week at this point. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. Miami side of the ball. Tua. It's going to be his first career start.
I don't know.
We'll just have to wait and see. I mean, that's where I am. In my opinion, there ain't no way.
First career start, and you got to see Aaron Donald. That's
and Jalen Ramsey on the outside.
Tough matchup.
Yeah. And Devontae Parker. Looks like he's going to be questionable.
Yeah.
He's ailing with a groin injury. He'll probably be out there. He's toughed it out this season so far with a lot of injuries, but not a good spot for him.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be firing him up right here. There's very few pass catchers on the Miami side that I could be trusting this week. I like Preston Williams long term. There's some matchups he might be okay.
Yeah.
This game is not one of them.
Yeah, 46.5 over and under. LA Rams favored by 3.5 points. Who are you taking?
Rams.
I'm going with the Rams.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, you never know. Tua might upset them, but the Rams defense, it's looking legit.
I'm sitting Gaskins in this game. That LA Rams defense is pretty good against the run. They look like the business. So
they are. My thing with Gaskin, the volume is going to be there. So
that's true.
In my opinion, he's got a pretty safe floor as an RB2 or flex.
You never know. Tua might just come out and blow it up.
That's what I'm saying.
We'll see.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, we're taking the Rams.
Yep.
Plain and simple. So, next matchup we're going to look at Indianapolis Colts on the road against the Detroit Lions. Detroit Lions, they tend to win games that they shouldn't, and then they tend to lose games that they should.
And they definitely should lose this game.
Yeah.
49.5 over and under. Indy favored by 3 points. What's dope is that they get Darius Leonard finally back. And you think about that run game and run defense and everything like that. I think they should be able to keep it in front of them. You know what I mean? That's what they like to do anyway in those zones. And you know what? That's what Detroit pretty much thrives off of is the short game right now because we know Matthew Stafford is coming off that broken back. and he's not really throwing down the field as much. Now, you look at a guy like Kenny Golladay, he's going to get his and be efficient on his targets regardless. But outside of that, I'm sitting Swift this week. Old man AP, you know what I mean, Marvin Jones. I don't think any of these guys see any kind of pay dirt.
Yeah, absolutely. Indy side of the ball. Phillip Rivers, last week, before the bye, obviously. 350 passing yards, 3 touchdowns against the Cincinnati Bengals defense. Albeit it's the Bengals defense, I get it. But Rivers played great. He found a groove where he's finally making plays down the field. Who knows what Rivers is going to show up. But the guy you can trust in this game, Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's Jonathan Taylor's season. And I think, with the struggles that they've had at the quarterback position right now, let's just say it. With the trouble that they have with Phillip Rivers right now, that's the key prime way to do it. You come fresh off a bye, give the rookie another look, maybe give him some more touches. And against this Detroit Lion defense that's giving 25 fantasy points per game to the running back, man, feast.
Yeah, absolutely. And on the same token, Trey Burton. I don't like even talking about the guy, to be honest. And I know, exactly. So if you tight ends, if you want to take a chance with him, I get it. That's fine.
Yeah.
One guy liking this, Marcus Johnson. I think he's a little sleeper in this one. Obviously, it's a dart throw at this point. There's a lot of injuries.
Some good catches.
But yeah, absolutely. So Detroit side of the ball, Kenny Golladay, you're starting him. DeAndre Swift's going to be tough for him. Hawkinson, he's been great on the season, big time in the red zone. But my problem is, can the Detroit Lions handle the business in the red zone?
Yeah.
Can they get there? Hawkinson's been great, but Indy's given up the fewest fantasy points to the tight ends. Yeah. So I would sit Stafford. Hawkinson, I get it if you got to start him. But I got Indy.
Yeah, I got Indy too. Period.
Of course. We can move on to the next matchup. Las Vegas Raiders on the road against Cleveland Browns.
This is a tough one, Bruno.
Yeah. Should be a lot of points scored in this one, hopefully. This is one of those games where you expect a lot of points, and I could see the Raiders coming out and either stinking or beasting. You know what I mean?
Well, the more chance they're going to stink because that defense is terrible. You know what I'm saying? Bottom 3 against the run, bottom 10 against the wide receivers. They should Cleveland should be able to do whatever they want to do in this game. You look at Kareem Hunt. I think he wants to show one more really beast game before Nick Chubb come off the IR. So they should be feeding him and looking to him a lot in this game. On the other side of it, I really don't know. Are they going to really utilize Henry Ruggs the way he's supposed to be used? Is Aguilar going to be, like you mentioned, last year's T. Will and catch another touchdown in this game? I don't know. Outside of Jacobs and Waller, what do you really got?
Yeah, absolutely. Cleveland, they've given up a lot of fantasy points to the wide receiver position. I want to say they're bottom 5 to wide receivers. So Nelson Aguilar, definitely a good spot start here. My stream of the week at quarterback is Derek Carr. I think this game could potentially have a lot of points scored in it. Cleveland's defense hasn't looked great. Their defensive line is good. Don't get me wrong, Myles Garrett's been great, but Derek Carr's been making plays. He has. He's got multiple touchdowns in every game except week 1.
49.5 over and under, down 2 points from 51. That was on earlier in the week. Cleveland favored by 2.5 points in this game. Who are you taking?
You know what? Cleveland is figuring out ways to win football games even when they're doing bad. So I'm going to take Cleveland at home in this one. Just a couple starts for Cleveland. Obviously, you mentioned Kareem Hunt. Rashad Higgins. Definitely a guy that you could be starting right here. Flex-worthy guy. Harrison Bryant. He's an option at tight end. Caught 2 touchdowns last week. He's out snapping David Njoku at the moment, and they run a lot of 2 tight end sets. You already know
he was a beast coming out of college too. So maybe he's just starting to perform at the level that he knows how to play at.
And Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
We already talked about it. No OBJ. Maybe it's time for him to break out and finally be able to sling the ball around.
Yeah, man. I also like Landry a lot too. You know what I mean? His snaps has been coming upticking. Last week, 27 to 28 dropbacks on there. Given he only got 6 targets, he's still out there. You know what I'm saying, doing his thing. And I think just with the matchups that's available rest of the season, he should be obviously a guy that's rostered.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah, I like all those guys that you mentioned.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're both on the Cleveland Brown side, of course. We'll move on.
Let's go.
Minnesota on the road against Green Bay Packers. Minnesota side of the football. Dalvin Cook practice this week. He's coming in questionable, but it's looking like he's going to play. Green Bay has given up a lot of fantasy points to running backs. Period. Yeah. Bottom 3. So Dalvin Cook obviously is a must start.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins. I don't know if he can be able to get it done here. Jair Alexander. He's been good.
Yeah,
the secondary's been all right. They have given up some plays, don't get me wrong, but Adam Thielen, I think, playing that outside, might see a lot of coverage from Jair Alexander. You might see Justin Jefferson once again have a pretty big game. They're saying he's running out of the slot a lot.
Yeah, Justin Jefferson is my start of the week without Kevin King playing. I think that, you look at the defensive woes that Minnesota has. They just got rid of their best defensive player pretty much. You know what I mean? So you could tell which direction they're going. All these games are going to be shootouts. There's going to be a lot of targets being thrown to, even though they don't throw that many targets, a lot of efficient targets are going to be thrown each other's way to Thielen and Jefferson. And I think this is one of those games because we know with Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers, they're going to have to keep scoring. What's different about this matchup than the previous matchup that we seen earlier in the year, there's no Aaron Jones in this one. So be loading up Williams all day long on your rosters. I'll be starting them, period.
Yeah, absolutely. Williams must start.
Yeah.
Minnesota's defense has looked bad.
Probably worse in the league outside of Dallas.
I wouldn't say close to that, but yeah, they're definitely bad. Top 10, I want to say, to all positions. Like a couple other defenses. Green Bay side, you already mentioned it. Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams, must start guys. Jamal Williams must start, in my opinion. Probably a top 15 back this week at least.
Is there any way possible that Minnesota could shock them in this game?
I say no, but every time we say no, something happens. You know what I mean? I don't think Minnesota can get it done. They're coming out of a bye, maybe. They had 2 weeks to prepare for Green Bay. But it is in Green Bay. I don't think so. I think the hiccup against Tampa Bay, Green Bay, you saw that last week where it's like, no, they're still an elite football team.
Yeah, these guys can't stop a nosebleed. So I think Green Bay is going to dominate in this game early, often, all the way through it. It don't really matter. 51.5 over and under. Green Bay favored by 6 points. I'm taking Green Bay, period, on the road.
Yeah, absolutely. And Tanyan, we can talk about tight ends, but he's definitely a guy I would be starting. Got removed from the injury report. So we'll move on. We're both on Green Bay. New England at Buffalo.
40.5 over and under. Buffalo favored by 4 points. That's good.
Yeah. New England side of the ball. Maybe used to take a chance and start Cam Newton, but Julian Edelman ruled out. N'Keal Harry ruled out. And don't get me wrong, they weren't doing nothing anyway.
Cam was my sleeper of the week.
Okay. I think with his rushing ability, he can always get it done for fantasy. I mean, 80 yards, 2 touchdowns, 100 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Josh Allen is my sit of the week.
That's fine. They may just pull an army. Run the ball 75 times. You know what I mean?
They might. You know what I mean?
What's the point of throwing the football?
I mean, exactly. Harry and Edelman have not been getting it done. Thank God they're out this game. You know what I'm saying? You got Jacoby Myers and Bird, who, you know what I'm saying, are very quicker, more nimble. They just look more explosive on field. So hopefully we can get something done with this. You know what I mean? Have Tre'Davious White lock down one if he's playing in this game, and you could burn the rest of them. You know, I think you just run the ball, run with Cam, and just eat the clock up because we know Josh Allen plays terrible against the New England Patriots. Matter of fact, he's 0-3 against the New England Patriots with a 56.5 passer rating.
Yeah.
So I think there's a very possible chance that Buffalo loses this game, and just what we got right here. I'm taking Patriots.
Okay.
This weekend.
I got you.
In Buffalo, whatever. I don't care what the weather is. I got the Patriots.
Okay. Buffalo side of the ball. I would start Buffalo defense. To be honest, they're not. You already said it. It's a 40.5 over and under. That tells me there's not gonna be a lot of points scored. 1 turnover, 2 turnovers, give up 17 points. That'll still get your defense, 6, 7 points. You know what I mean? So it's not too bad. I would take a chance there. Even to New England, I'd possibly start their defense. Josh Allen, I get it if you want to sit him. He has played bad in his career. Stephon Diggs, he's been great. You can't really sit him, even in a tough matchup. I think he's going to have to deal with, Stephon Gilmore. It's not going to be pretty. It'd be hard for me to sit him, but I get it. Cole Beasley, he's been great. Flex guy every week. He might be an option. But ultimately, I'm going to take Buffalo at home. I think they're going to get it done. Hey, you know what? Okay. We're going to split on that. We'll move to the next matchup. There ain't much more to that. New York Jets at Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, we can move on. I don't think you're starting anybody on the New York Jets football team. I mean, okay, like, there's going to be negative game script, but they still have Sam Darnold throwing the football. Kansas City's defense is, it's not bad. Against that team, they can beat them 10 times out of 10.
The worst part is Kansas City. What is it? 46 over under? Something like that?
Yeah, 46.5 over under, and they favored by 20 points.
Yeah.
So it's like
3 touchdowns.
Come on, bro. Why even talk about this? Just you're starting up everybody that's a A1 starter on Kansas City, and you're leaving it alone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even Le'Veon Bell is probably flexible in this game. Actually, probably get more run in this game, being that they're going to be up. God forbid, something happened to Mahomes or something, and they're struggling in the game. But I think Le'Veon Bell might see even more rushes in this one, just knowing that they're going to be up and have to do something to eat the clock up. unless everybody's just gonna have 50 points.
Yeah, not just that.
You know what I mean?
Not just that, but you already know the starter's probably going to be pulled by the third quarter, possibly.
Yeah.
Is there a way that the Jets could go on the road and shock the Kansas City Chiefs?
No way in fucking hell.
I mean, in my opinion, a 20-point favorite, that's tough. I maybe
mean,
put in a slip, you know what I mean, taking a chance with the Jets plus 20. I mean, I get losing by double digits, but 20 damn points, that's 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, if there's any time that you're ever going to bet against Kansas City, I would just bet against spread right now. You know
of course. Jet side of the ball. We can talk about Michael P. Round just for a second. His rushes are upticking. 40 yards and a touchdown last week.
We got matchups to do.
I got you. We still got to talk some fantasy. Jamison Crowder, doubtful. Probably going to miss the game. Rashad Perriman, already ruled out. Denzel Mims. I mean, I'm hard-pressed to start these guys, but there will be some garbage time.
Is Joe Namath starting?
Nah.
It's not going to matter.
Not last time I checked. 30 years ago.
Yeah.
But, okay, we move on. We're on the Chiefs. I'm sorry. Pittsburgh. This is the game of the week right here.
Pretty much, yeah.
Absolutely. Pittsburgh at Baltimore. Pittsburgh side of the ball.
I have nothing written here.
That's okay.
Because there's so much in this game, you know what I'm saying? It's just, I just want to watch it, to be honest with you. Just as a fan of the NFL, this rivalry has been beast for a very long time, and that we get to see it completely.
Yeah.
You got Baltimore fresh off a bye. Hopefully they start hitting with Lamar and Hollywood. You know, they've been missing by inches pretty much, so hopefully they figure that out a little bit. We get to see a different running attack, just like we saying about Taylor. Hopefully they adjust something with Dobbins. They went back to the film room. Maybe he gets some adjustment. Hopefully he gets some run here. We get to see this Pittsburgh defense. You know what I'm saying? It's an actual, real Pittsburgh defense. So we get to see that against, one of the most dynamic players that ever played a game in Lamar Jackson. So I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
talk some starts in this game. Big Ben. I'm going to be sitting him. I'm sorry, Baltimore's defense has been great. Ben hasn't been great. He's been all right. Who know? You never know with Big Ben because he could come out and throw it up. He really can, but he hasn't had to this year, and it's showing in fantasy.
They're not even letting him do it.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean?
So, James Conner, big start. Considering it's still a tough matchup, he's getting the workload. He's averaging something like 17, 18 carries a game. I'd be starting him, obviously.
Yeah.
Beyonce Johnson, it's a tough spot for him if he plays. He's questionable. He has an ankle. You know what I mean? We'll see. But when we talked about it, I've talked about it. When he's on the field, he's lightning, period. It's just Ben's favorite target, period.
Yeah, him and Claypool are easily the number 1 and number 2 targets. It's a sad day to say that Juju may be the 4th option on that team right now. You know what I'm saying? You look at James Conner and his targets as well. So oh, man, that's just crazy.
Baltimore side of the ball.
He sucks, doesn't he?
I don't know. Baltimore side of the ball. We're going to start Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
We're going to start Marquise Brown.
Yeah,
We're going to start Mark Andrews, even though it's going to be a tough spot for him. It's Mark Andrews.
Yeah, you're not going to sit on. I mean, if it's Kelsey, you're not going to sit Kelsey. So
exactly.
You're not going to sit Mark Andrews.
Of course. And now with the running backs, Pittsburgh giving up second fewest rushing yards on the season, period. Second fewest per game, only to Tampa. They've been great against running backs, period. Yeah. So, and we don't know what this backfield is going to work out to be. Gus Edwards, don't get me wrong, could he find the end zone in this one with 30, 40 yards? Yeah, but he probably could.
I mean, he could probably get 100 on them. You know what I'm saying? He's one of those bigger guys that runs straight through the middle. There's no playing. There's no cuts. There's no joking about it. He's running the football.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I think that's the best thing they could do to get that groove going. You know what I mean?
Ultimately, it's time to pick the winner.
I got Baltimore.
Okay. I don't even have this. I'm on the fence. I'm going to take Baltimore at home. Coming out of a bye. I think they'll be able to get it done. Pittsburgh, we haven't seen them play a tough team on the road. I mean, they did beat Tennessee Titans. Don't get me wrong. Even that game, it was very close. Came down to the missed field goal by Gostowski. But Baltimore, in my opinion, is a better football team than Tennessee Titans. Their offense is great, but the defense isn't there. Baltimore's defense is great. Elite.
Right on.
Top 5. So, yeah, absolutely both on Baltimore. We'll move to the next matchup. Talk about Tennessee.
51.5 over and under. Tennessee versus Cincinnati. Tennessee favored by a touchdown.
I'm shocked it's only 51. I thought it would be more, in my opinion. Tennessee's defense, you don't know who's going to show up. Sometimes they're great. Sometimes they're bad, and they give up a lot of points.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I'm going to take Tennessee just because I think overall they're a better football team. Cincy is there. Don't get me wrong. They're right there.
Well, you know, they got a rookie quarterback who's showing that he's going to be pretty good in this league. I didn't think he was going to be that good. But, you know, he has the weapons around him. What he doesn't have around him right now in this matchup is his left tackle, his right tackle, or his center. So, all ruled out of this game. So, I think he's going to have to throw the ball very fast. So, you know, it's one of those things where you got the slot Tyler Boyd should continue to get his targets. I think it's even a good matchup for Drew Sample, as Tennessee has been giving up 10 fantasy points per game to the tight end position as well. So I think, this has shootout written all over it. I think Vegas got it right with the 51. So, Tannehill, he's slinging that ball like, any MVP at this point of the season. A.J. Brown should have another big one probably. He could probably have 1 million yards and 5 touchdowns.
You better hope.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, another game I'm going to love to see. I'm taking Tennessee, though. You know what I'm saying? Who you got?
Yeah, of course. I'm going to be on that same boat. I got to take Tennessee. I think they're a good football team overall.
Yeah.
They lost to the Pittsburgh Steelers. It was close, but Pittsburgh's elite. And they still put up 24 points. Should have tied the game. That game possibly should have went to overtime, but missed the field goal.
Derrick Henry might reach nuclear level in this game.
Of course. So starts. Ryan Tannehill. It's a great start for him, I think. We worry Derrick Henry gets all the touchdowns, and Tannehill's going to have 250 yards and 1 touchdown, possibly. But he also could have 280 yards and 4 touchdowns. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's Tannehill for you. Still safe floor. Derrick Henry, you're starting him. A.J. Brown, obviously. Corey Davis, maybe, if you have to take a chance on a guy. And Jonnu Smith should be a huge game.
Yeah.
Cincinnati's given up, I think, second or third most fantasy points to tight ends. So, great spot for Jonnu Smith. He's been good so far this season, too. Flip side of the ball, Cincinnati Bengals. Joe Burrow. Like you said, the offensive line is hurt, but he's had to throw the ball so much, it's worth a start for him. He's averaging, I want to say, almost 45 throws a game.
Right on.
Tyler Boyd, good spot for him. T. Higgins, been great since, he emerged. A.J. Green, he's picked it up the last couple weeks. Not great, but flex worthy. And then Joe Mixon, probably ruled out of this game. He's missed back-to-back practices with a foot injury, so I'd be firing up Uncle Gio.
I hate him.
I know. I'd be firing him up, though. I mean, this game, in my opinion, should go over. I like Tennessee Titans in this one.
Yeah, right on.
So we'll move to the next matchup. We're in the afternoon games now. We got the Chargers on the road against Denver. Chargers, man. Justin Herbert.
Special.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
Yeah, we talk about it every week.
I didn't see this coming. You know what I'm saying? I want to say he's the number 4 quarterback on the season right now.
That's crazy.
Just ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
Probably the best Oregon Duck ever. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so far,
this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Just dimes down the field.
Yeah,
something special. Given the targets you got though, you got a big Mike Williams, you got Hunter Henry, you got, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but he's making no names too.
Guyton.
Yeah,
man, they got a squad over there.
That's what I'm saying. And to be honest, if only their defense was healthy and they were playing like this on offense, dude, that'd be scary.
Yeah.
So starts in this game. Herbert, obviously. Keenan Allen. Hunter Henry. These are 3 starts. Now, Guyton, if you want to take a dart throw, he's an ultimate dart throw. Yeah, I want to say he's got 10 catches on the year with 4 touchdowns.
That's what I'm saying, though. I mean? It's like, unless you're in like 12-man, 14-man dynasty type shit, I wouldn't be starting Guyton.
No, of course.
You know what I'm saying? There's obviously way better options on your waiver, I guarantee you, because that's not something that you could even gamble on.
Yeah, of course.
On a week-to-week.
Josh Kelly. Justin Jackson. I'm sitting these guys, to be honest.
I got it written down.
They haven't been able to run the football.
Yeah, and Denver DVOA against the run is like ridiculous. I think it's top 3. So, I mean, you're not starting these guys. They don't look explosive. They don't look the part. In easier matchups, Justin Jackson has shown a little bit more burst than Jonathan Kelly. Kelly has, been getting these short yards, and I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? Or Josh Kelly, whatever his name is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's a nobody to me right now.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Denver side of the ball.
Yeah.
Phillip Lindsay, if he plays. I know he had a concussion, but he did return to practice. He had 80 yards on 7 carries last week.
I don't know why he just don't be a receiver.
I don't know either. In this game, I like Lindsay. Gordon, revenge game. You think Melvin Gordon could have a good day?
I think so. You know what I mean? As long as he's not hungover, he'll be straight.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, he's going to have to catch a ride to the game, though. But Noah Fant, he's a huge star for me in this one. When he's been on the field and ultimately healthy, he's played great.
Yeah. He's
removed off the injury report, and he's the option. Tim Patrick, ruled out.
Yeah, I like Judy a lot.
That's what I'm saying. Judy, I mean, Denver's going to have to score some sort of points.
Yeah.
Period. I don't think they're going to be able to stop the Chargers that much. Now, it is in Mile High. It's just a tough place to play for any team. So, ultimately, I'm picking the Chargers.
Yeah, I got the Chargers, too.
Yep. So, we'll move on. New Orleans, on the road against Chicago.
The Saints. 43.5 over and under. New Orleans favored about 5.5. Is Allen Robinson playing in this game?
No.
The Chicago Bears will not win this game.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to go against that. I'm going to say the Chicago Bears win the game. New Orleans Saints. Drew Brees still happens to get it done with nobodies. It doesn't matter. He did last week. Carolina didn't give up outside of Kyler Murray. where he had 3 passing touchdowns. Didn't give up a quarterback more than 1 passing touchdown. Drew Brees had 2 plus a rushing. So it worked out. It was a tough spot for him, but he just seems to get it done. Also, Chicago's great against running backs. Kamara, it's Kamara. You're not sitting him. He's got such a safe floor with receptions. I mean, he's averaging 7 or 8 catches a game. Leading all running backs.
There was one point last week though I seen out of Falls, like I think there was drool coming like right down here. I don't know what's going on with him. He's not playing very well, not hitting his targets correctly or accurately, or just what I'm saying, the velocity on that ball. I don't know. Put in Mitch.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'll say this: they could almost run a tandem. Bring in Mitch and run some Wildcat. He can at least run the football, you know what I mean?
That's the worst thing I've heard in my life.
Just think
my God.
I mean, think about it.
Oh, my God.
It couldn't get any worse.
The bad news bears.
Nick Foles, man, I'm telling you. So, anyway, New Orleans side of the ball. You're starting Alvin Kamara. Michael Thomas, ruled out already. Traquan Smith's going to lead the receiving corps with a couple other nobodies. Emmanuel Sanders still on the COVID list. Yeah. Jared Cook, I'd be firing him up here.
I got the Rona. Yeah, go ahead.
Jared Cook, I'd be firing him up. I'm sorry. Yeah. And I would this could be a spot for the Saints defense. I think this is going to be a pretty low scoring game. Chicago Bears side of the ball. There's not much I like Jimmy Graham going against his old former team, the Saints. Saints give up the 3rd most fantasy points to tight ends on the season. They give up a lot of touchdowns too.
Wasn't that like Drew Brees' second year in the league?
Yeah.
No, I'm just playing.
But anyway, I like Jimmy Graham in this one. David Montgomery. He might get you 10, but he ain't looking pretty. Period. Yeah. You know what I mean? So obviously he's seeing all the volume, and it's just not working out. They need.
He just runs terribly. I mean, you don't have to do all these cuts and all these moves. I think I seen him spin and before he hit the line one time. I'm like, what are you, bro? Just run the fuck.
I'm telling you, the Bears, when they go to draft day, they're going to be going to like a restaurant when you're drunk, and you all take one of everything. You know what I'm saying? That's the Chicago Bears. They're gonna need one. They need one of everything.
Oh my God!
Their defense is good. Don't get me wrong, but
that's very accurate.
That offense, oh man, it's terrible. Yeah. So anyway, I like Jimmy Graham as a possible start.
Yeah, big sleeper. If Allen Robinson don't go, you know what I'm saying. Mooney has shown a lot of bursts, a lot of explosiveness.
Yeah.
I think he's very capable of being a wide receiver 1. To be honest with you, on a team, not actually put up those numbers with those quarterbacks, but hopefully we get to see a little bit of that, because otherwise I don't see what we're going to see from that offense or how they're going to win the game at all. I mean, you can hold New Orleans for a while, but Kamara, eventually they're going to start breaking through.
That's true, but Drew Brees outdoors in the cold.
I think the rushing attack will get it done. Murray, Alvin Kamara, throwing it short. You don't have to worry about throwing it very big. Jared Cook should be a big factor in this game too. I just don't see it. I really don't.
I could agree with you there, but the Saints defense hasn't been good. They haven't played the part, even though the Bears offense has been terrible. I'm gonna take a chance. I'm gonna take the Bears in this one.
I'm taking New Orleans Saints,
okay, man. I'm gonna take the Bears at home in an upset. So we'll move on. San Francisco.
Yeah.
On the road against Seattle.
53.5 over and under. Seattle favored by 3 points. I think it's gonna be a little bit tougher than that. That Niners defense is pretty good, you know what I'm saying? Even they've been able to interchange pieces here and there, you know what I mean? They get a cornerback, so that's not going to stop Russ and DK.
Yeah.
But the good news is for Seattle was like, hopefully Carson is out of this game, and you got somebody named DJ Dallas running the ball against the San Francisco 49ers, who are like dead last against the run, you know what I'm saying? That you're not running against them.
Yeah.
So maybe if we see a whole full Russ Kitchen cook,
I'm telling you,
it might be ridiculous, but we have to see it. You know what I'm saying? We got to see Kenny beat this Niners defense. On the other side of that, what are they going to do on offense? You know what I'm saying? Yes, Seattle has been giving up a lot as to wide receivers. You only have one wide receiver that's really relevant right now, and I'm not really sure that he's a number one without another guy on that field. So, I mean, Kittle, we know he's going to get force-fed, period. It don't even matter. So, who's running the ball this week too?
Yeah, this is the thing. Jared McKinnon, man, he's got tired legs.
That's ridiculous.
I get tired legs every day.
That in the league.
That's what I'm saying. I get tired legs every day after I go to work. But anyway, yeah, so he's dealing with some tired legs. I don't know what's going to happen there. JaMychal Hasty, he possibly could be the starter in this one. Tevin Coleman, they brought him back off IR. News is they're busting his ass in practice. Period. They're trying to get him up to game shape. They need running backs and they know it.
Yeah, but he sucked before that.
I know exactly. So if I was going to take a chance, JaMychal Hasty, he's looked the best out of what's left. You know what I mean? with Wilson on IR, Mostert on IR, I would take a chance with him. I mean, as a flex guy, if you have to, or you're in a deeper league, you got to take a chance with him.
I don't even know who to pick in this game.
You know what? San Francisco, side of the ball. Starts. Garoppolo. It's a possible start for me, in my opinion. He could have 250 and maybe 1 or 2 touchdowns. And that's a safe floor. He hasn't been turning the ball over a lot since he came off the ankle injury, so we'll just have to see through 2 interceptions last week. So I don't know necessarily. I like Brandon Ayuk in this one. I'm sorry. Seattle's giving up the most wide receiver points by far, not even close. I will take my chances with a wide receiver in this offense. And Kittle, you're going to start him. Flip side of the ball, Seattle, Russell Wilson, DK, Lockett. You're starting these guys. They're also hurting at running backs. Like you said, Chris Carson. It's funny. Chris Carson coming into the week, they were saying was week to week. And then Carlos Hyde comes in saying, oh, it's a minor tweak. Now Carlos Hyde's on the wrong side of questionable. They're saying he's doubtful. So it looks like he ain't playing. And now they're saying Carson is possibly going to play.
I was just sitting regardless, given the matchup.
Yeah, and Travis Homer. He's also hurting with the knee. He's missed practice, so they're going to be down to DJ Dallas.
Never heard
Can you trust a rookie running back
against San Francisco?
No, I can't do it. So Russell Wilson hopefully cooks in this one. I am gonna have a feeling that the Niners are going to take this win.
Really?
I do.
I have a feeling that way too. Oh man, how can I pick it? You know what? I got to take Seattle.
Okay. I'm going to take the Niners on the road. Tough spot. I mean, their secondary is good enough. Hopefully they can just slow down enough. That's the thing. Slow down Russ. If they can hold those receivers, I mean, eventually they're going to get something going.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, how can you... I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, we're split on that one. We'll move to the next matchup, Sunday Night Football.
Yeah.
Dallas Cowboys. They've just given up altogether. That's fine. Philadelphia Eagles. We could talk about some fantasy starts, and there's no way you're taking the Dallas Cowboys.
I didn't even mention it. You know what I'm saying? That's a big rivalry game, too, but nobody's watching this.
No. Dallas Cowboys scored 3 points on the Washington football team. They just look like the worst team in football. And I'm hard-pressed to say they look even worse than the Jets, to be honest. It's sad to say that. But honestly, starts in this one. Dallas Cowboys. Zeke, I mean, don't get me wrong. If you drafted him, it's hard to sit him. Hopefully you just have more options than hoping on Zeke. Zeke could get you 10 points. Don't get me wrong. He's still going to see the volume. He is. Amari Cooper. He's going against Darius Slay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Ain't no way I'm starting him yet. Yeah. Ben DiNucci. We'll just have to see what happens with him. I ain't no way. You know what I mean? There's no one I can really trust. Maybe Dalton Schultz has just some volume enough to get it done for tight end, but that's about it. Flip side of the ball, Philly. Carson Wentz has been balling. Yeah. Plain and simple is this Dallas defense worse than the league. Yeah. Probably worse than the Jets in my opinion. Yeah. So Carson Wentz is a start. Travis Fulgham. You know what I mean? Richard Rodgers. Dallas Goedert. They removed him off the IR to come back, but they're saying he's probably not going to be ready this week.
Yeah, Jalen Reagor back this week.
Yeah, so Richard Rodgers, definitely a spot for me at the tight end position. It's going to be tough. And Miles Sanders, looking like he's going to miss another week. Boston Scott, just fire him up, even though he hasn't, in my opinion, looked great. But he will get it done. This is the Dallas Cowboys.
It's crazy. I have a sneaky suspicion, just this being a divisional game and knowing how bad the Eagles have been. I got a weird feeling the Cowboys are going to win this game. And you know what? I really do. And I don't even feel okay about it. But you know what? Start up any of the Philadelphia Eagles on offense at random, whatever wise you want.
Right.
Fulgham. I mean, even sleep Jalen Reagor because they're going to be wide open on the field.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, that is what it is. We'll move on.
Just going to Monday night. Man.
Monday night, this is another matchup where we got 2 teams. One's going to have a lot of starters. One's going to have not much. But Tampa, on the road against the New York Football Giants.
That's my favorite team.
There you go. That's fine.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay side of the ball. You're starting Tom Brady. He's been great.
Yeah.
Period. No Chris Godwin in this matchup. Mike Evans in the games that Chris Godwin hasn't been there has taken care of business. It's a tough spot. Going to go against Bradbury. You know what I mean? In some coverage. Bradbury's been great. You know what I mean? In the secondary. So maybe take a chance with Scotty Miller if you want to take some dart throws. He could have another big day. He has been ailing all season long, missing practices. And then Gronkowski. Back-to-back weeks.
He's starting to show up. You know, he just needed to get up to game speed. Like I said, we had no preseason, none of that. Now you're starting to see these guys come off of that first 4 weeks, and then usually when you get in week 3, week 4 of the NFL season, that's when they start being in mid-season form and starting to heat up. And Gronk is definitely heating up. It's almost it's kind of weird to me though that Gronk spike it's been in his left hand and not in his right hand, I'm wondering if his shoulder's hurting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but other than that, I think they should roll that. You even got Leonard Fournette starting to juice up. You know what I'm saying? Which is crazy to me. I thought that Rujay would just still have a dominant role, even with him coming back. You know what I mean? But obviously, they went and got him, and they're going to utilize him. You know what I'm saying? It's just only until next week when AB come back.
That's all right. Ronald Jones in this one. This game could get out of hand. He could see a lot of carries. So I would flex type guy. Same with Fournette. I'm not so sure what you're going to get with Fournette, but he has some flex value to take a chance on. You know what I mean? So we're almost done.
Just hurry up and close it.
I know.
I ain't even gonna say nothing else. Fuck the Giants. I don't care. Darius Slayton, boomer bust.
Yeah.
Sterling Shepard, maybe.
Yep.
Fuck them.
I know.
Wayne Goldman is slow.
New York Giants side of the ball. Not much starters to talk about. Sterling Shepard, in volume, they said in preseason he was burning the secondaries, period. I would take a chance with him. He looked great last week. Darius Slayton, huge boomer bust. So if you want to take a chance on him against Tampa secondary, that has been beat at times. Don't get me wrong, the Giants are going to have to put up some points.
Yeah.
They're not going to be able to run the football.
But Daniel Jones might get killed against that front seven.
Of course, Wayne Gallman.
Yeah.
You're going to see a lot of volume here.
Yeah,
Devontae Freeman's ruled out.
He showed some spark last week, but I just don't see it against
No, of course. If you're in a deeper league and you really got to put somebody out there, he's a guy I would take a chance on. A lot of big running backs out. David Johnson, James Robinson, Antonio Gibson. You know what I mean? So, anyway, ultimately, we're on the Tampa Bay side of the ball. Period.
Yeah, period.
Yeah, there's not much around that.
Tampa Bay.
Absolutely. So, anyway, that's been the Week 8 matchups
Yep.
for the first 4 downs. B. Scott.
G.O.D.
And we out.
Happy Halloween.